As a follower of Christ, we know that nothing happens by mere chance. If you're watching this right now, know that God has led you here for a reason. You are on the verge of a powerful transformation, a shift from longing to possessing, a movement from desire to manifestation. This isn't just a change in mindset, but a spiritual awakening in which your faith and trust in God's divine plan are being fulfilled in ways you may not have expected. The desires you've prayed for, waited for, and hoped for are no longer distant dreams, they are becoming a tangible reality. In Ephesians 1 verse 11, it is written, "In him we were also chosen, having been predestined according to the plan of him who works out everything in conformity with the purpose of his will." Just like the unique, rare nature of a diamond, you are uniquely chosen by God, designed to fulfill a purpose that only you can carry out. You may feel insignificant in a world of billions, but in the eyes of God you are irreplaceable. Your calling is woven into the very fabric of his plan. And no matter the obstacles you face, your destiny is secure in his hands. C.S. Lewis once said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream, even when the odds seem impossible. Remember that you are a part of God's great story, and your journey is one of profound significance. Like the great leaders in history who faced immense challenges, your calling to bring justice, to create change, is extraordinary. The world may not always understand why you feel compelled to act or speak out, but that's because your purpose is yours and yours alone. It is a divine responsibility, but also a profound honor. As you walk in faith, remember that the road of a justice bringer is not always paved with grand gestures. Sometimes justice is quiet, found in a simple word of encouragement, a compassionate gesture, or a listening ear. These seemingly small actions ripple out in ways that we cannot see, but are part of God's greater plan. Every act of kindness, every step of courage, brings us closer to the transformation the world needs. The world needs people like you, those willing to step out in faith, challenge the status quo, and fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. As you embrace this calling, trust that you are not walking alone. God is with you every step of the way, shaping the future, one small act of faith and justice at a time. You are part of a divine movement, and the change you bring will resonate far beyond what you can imagine. Remember, the path may not always be easy, but with God's strength, it will lead you to where you are meant to be. As a follower of Christ, it is essential to remember that the strength you possess is not just ordinary, it is divine. The power within you was placed by God, a higher force, and it is extraordinary. Recognizing this power is the key to unlocking your potential, enabling you to face challenges that would overwhelm others. The Apostle Paul reminds us in Philippians 4 verse 13, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." It is through God's strength that you are empowered to endure what may seem impossible. This divine strength is what propels you forward, allowing you to walk into places others are too afraid to go, to face adversity with unshakable faith. When you acknowledge the unique power bestowed upon you, you are also recognizing your worth in God's eyes. Psalm 139 verse 14 reminds us, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Your abilities, whether intellectual, emotional, or physical, are not just talents, they are gifts from God meant to serve a higher purpose. Just as C.S. Lewis said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." You are never too small or insignificant to make a profound impact. Your confidence may not always come from your own achievements, but from knowing you are a vessel for something greater than yourself. Every gift you possess is designed for a purpose, to bring justice and transformation to a world in need. Whether it is your creativity, compassion, intellect, or resilience, each gift is a tool for change. Just as the great leaders and visionaries used their gifts to shape history, you are called to do the same. The key is not only to recognize these gifts, but to use them with intention. In 1 Peter 4 verse 10, we are reminded, "Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others, as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms." Every act of kindness, every word spoken for justice, is an opportunity to transform your surroundings and inspire a ripple effect of change. The road to justice is often not easy. Adversity is inevitable, but it is also a divine part of your preparation. Just as gold is refined by fire, your character and resolve are strengthened through trials. Romans 5 verse 3-4 says, "We also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character hope." When the weight of the world feels too heavy, remember that you are never alone. God's divine strength is with you, guiding you every step of the way. Your path is unique. You were not made to follow the crowd, but to lead with courage, faith, and determination. With each victory, no matter how small, you prove that nothing can break you, for the strength you carry is not of your own making but comes from the Creator. Stand firm, for with every challenge you overcome, you grow stronger and become a beacon of hope for the world. Through faith and perseverance, you are becoming a powerful force for justice, an agent of transformation in a world desperate for change. The path you're walking is not an ordinary one. It is the path of the chosen, guided by a higher purpose that transcends your own understanding. As a follower of Christ, you are called to walk a journey that may seem treacherous and filled with obstacles. But remember, "For I know the plans I have for you," says the Lord in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. "Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." This divine calling is not easy. It demands commitment, strength, and unwavering belief in the greater purpose God has set before you. While others may shrink back in the face of fear or doubt, you are called to press forward, knowing that the destination is worth the trials along the way. The road of the chosen one is not just about personal achievement, but about the lives you will touch and the hearts you will inspire. As C.S. Lewis once wrote, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." The way you live, the example you set, and the courage you demonstrate will leave a legacy that extends far beyond your own life. The challenges you encounter are not obstacles, they are opportunities for growth, stepping stones that lead you closer to fulfilling God's plan for you. As James 1 verse 12 teaches us, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him." Resilience is not only your strength, but also your gift to others. The ability to rise after each fall, to stand firm when the world would have you falter, is a divine gift that serves not only to strengthen you but to inspire those around you. As you continue on your path, your resilience will serve as a beacon for others, showing them that it is possible to rise above adversity and remain faithful to God's calling. The courage to face fear head-on is what sets you apart. Fear, as C.S. Lewis said, is the oldest and most frequently used weapon of the devil, but remember, fear is not the end of the story. It is simply a challenge along the way. Each time you act in faith, you diminish its power, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. Bringing justice and change often does not require grand gestures. It's in the small, everyday moments where God's power can be seen most clearly. As 1 John 3 verse 18 advises, "Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." It is through the ordinary, faithful steps we take that we become instruments of extraordinary change. Just as the unsung heroes throughout history may not have had their names in lights, their actions were transformative because they acted out of love and conviction, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, was a part of God's grand design. In your journey, you may not see immediate results, but trust that God is working through you. You are not just changing the world with your actions, but through the example you set for others. Your resilience, kindness, and dedication to justice are building the kingdom of God, one small action at a time. Remember, you are not walking this path alone. God's grace and strength will carry you through every trial, and your mission to bring justice, though it may seem quiet or unseen, is already making a profound impact. Keep moving forward with faith, and watch as God transforms your small steps into world-changing strides. As a follower of Christ, you are called to stand for justice and to be a beacon of light in a world that is often darkened by oppression and injustice. Whether you are lifting up the oppressed, offering help to those in need, or speaking out against wrongdoing, these actions are the building blocks of a better world. They are the small, ordinary things that, when done in faith, make an extraordinary impact. Remember, as C.S. Lewis once wrote, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Each act of kindness, each step toward justice, contributes to the greater good." It is easy to become disheartened when things don't go as planned, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when the road ahead appears unclear. Yet, from a spiritual perspective, every challenge you face has divine purpose. The Apostle Paul writes in Romans 5 verse 3-4, "Not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope." Every trial you face is not a barrier but a stepping stone, refining you, building your resilience, and equipping you for the greater battles ahead. Like the greatest warriors and leaders in history, it is through adversity that your character is shaped, your faith strengthened, and your purpose clarified. In those moments of doubt, when you question whether your efforts are making any difference, remember the words of Isaiah 55 verse 11, "So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth, it shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." The change you are working toward may not come immediately, but trust in the divine timing. The seeds you plant today will eventually bear fruit, even if it takes time. God's plan is unfolding in ways that are often unseen, but rest assured that your actions, however small, are part of His grand design. It's in moments of opposition, when the world may seem to resist the justice you seek, that you must stand firm in your faith and trust in God's purpose for your life. For God gave us a spirit not of fear but of power and love and self-control, as 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 reminds us. Your courage in the face of fear and your unwavering belief that you are fulfilling God's will carry you through the toughest of times. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, "Courage, dear heart, for it is in these moments that you will find your true strength." Keep moving forward with courage and faith, knowing that your role in bringing justice is vital. You are part of a divine plan that is greater than you can imagine, and as you walk in faith, you will transform the world, one step at a time. One day, when your journey is complete, you will look back and see the ripple effect of your actions, knowing that you played your part in bringing about God's kingdom on earth. What will the world see when they look back at your life? Will they see someone who faced the darkness and brought light, someone who stood up for justice and helped transform the world? This is the legacy you are building right now. Every step you take toward justice, every act of courage, is creating a legacy that will last far beyond your time. As followers of Christ, we understand that our legacy is not measured by accolades or recognition, but by the lives we touch, the injustices we confront, and the transformation we ignite. Just as Jesus said in Matthew 5 verse 14-16, "You are the light of the world." A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. Your legacy, like a lamp on a stand, is meant to illuminate the path for others, inspiring them to continue the work you have started. This journey you are on, this mission of justice, may seem difficult at times, but it will be the most meaningful thing you've ever done. You are building a legacy that will live on, changing the world for the better. In those moments when the road ahead feels long or uncertain, remember that there is an invisible strength guiding you. C.S. Lewis wrote, "Courage, dear heart," a reminder that courage and strength are not always from within, but are given to us by a greater power. This strength is not of this world, it is divine. In 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, Paul writes, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." It is in your moments of weakness that God's strength shines brightest, empowering you to face every challenge with unshakable resolve. The world may try to convince you that your journey is yours alone, that you are just a small speck in a vast universe. but the truth is that you are part of a much grander plan. You were chosen for a purpose far beyond human comprehension. Every step you take is part of a divine orchestration, leading you to places you could never go on your own. Isaiah 55 verse 8-9 reminds us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord." The divine plan is working behind the scenes, and even when the road ahead seems daunting, trust that you are being carried by God's will. You are not walking alone, He is with you, leading you every step of the way. Faith is the key that unlocks the extraordinary. Just as the great visionaries of history trusted in a higher power to push beyond their own limits, you too have been given that same faith. Faith that enables you to achieve the impossible. In Mark 9 verse 23, Jesus says, "Everything is possible for one who believes. Your faith will be the driving force that propels you forward when others hesitate." It is not passive but active. It demands that you take action, trusting that God will open doors, move mountains, and break down barriers. With each step, no matter how small, you are moving closer to your divine calling, creating a path of miracles that will change the world for generations to come. So embrace the faith that is guiding you, and trust that you are walking the path that will lead to true justice, for with God by your side, nothing is impossible. As you continue to move forward with faith, remember that the divine power within you responds to your belief and trust in God, opening doors that once seemed impossible to open. Your faith, unwavering and steadfast, will always guide you, for it will never fail you. The trials and pain you've endured are not in vain. They are the catalyst for your transformation. What once threatened to break you now serves to fuel your mission, shaping you into the person God has destined you to be. As Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Your pain has not been a stumbling block but a refining fire, shaping your character and making you stronger in ways you never imagined. Too often we view pain as something to avoid, yet in the kingdom of God, pain is a teacher. C.S. Lewis writes in The Problem of Pain, "God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is His megaphone to rouse a deaf world." Pain shows us what truly matters, what is worth fighting for, and deepens our empathy. Those who are called to make a difference often have known the depths of suffering, and it is from this experience that they are empowered to alleviate the suffering of others. You are not defined by your pain, but by the strength it has cultivated within you, the compassion it has birthed, and the resilience it has forged. As Isaiah 40 verse 29 promises, He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Your scars and struggles are proof that God has been with you every step of the way, shaping you into someone capable of changing the world. Every word you speak holds immense power. Proverbs 18 verse 21 teaches, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." What you declare over yourself, your mission, and your future shapes your reality. Your words are not mere sounds, they are affirmations of your faith. Speak life over your journey, speak strength over your challenges, and declare success over your mission. You are chosen and equipped for greatness, and with every word you speak in faith, you are declaring that you will rise, that you will overcome, and that justice will prevail. Moreover, your inner dialogue plays a crucial role in shaping your destiny. When no one is around, do you remind yourself of your higher purpose? Do you speak truth over your fears and doubts? It is essential to align your words with the truth of who you are in Christ, as He has called you for a greater purpose. Speak life over your journey daily, and watch how your faith transforms your reality. Your words are the foundation upon which your future is built, and in every step of faith, the world begins to shift in response to the power of your declarations. One of the greatest tests in life is learning to trust in God's timing. In our impatience, we may question the delays or struggles we face, but as Psalm 27 verse 14 reminds us, "Wait for the Lord, be strong, and take heart, and wait for the Lord." Divine timing is always at work, orchestrating each moment of your life with purpose and precision. While you may feel the weight of waiting, know that God is preparing you for what is to come, and every season, every challenge, and every delay is part of His greater plan. Trust that His timing is perfect, and the journey you are on is unfolding exactly as it should. God's timing is not just about what happens next, but about preparing you for the extraordinary work He has planned for you. As you move forward on your journey, trust in the process and believe in the divine timing that is at work in your life. Much like a farmer who plants seeds, waters them, and waits patiently for the harvest, you too are planting seeds through your actions, words, and efforts. The fruits of your labor may not come immediately, but in God's perfect timing, they will be abundant and far greater than you can imagine. The Apostle Paul reminds us in Galatians 6 verse 9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Keep moving forward in faith, even when the path seems unclear, for you are an essential part of God's greater plan, and every step you take is contributing to the legacy of justice you are destined to leave behind. In moments of struggle and hardship, it is easy to doubt your own strength, but remember that these challenges are opportunities to tap into a deeper power, one that is not your own but comes from God. The strength you discover in those difficult moments is a testament to His power working through you. As C.S. Lewis writes in Mere Christianity, God is not trying to make us perfect in the sense of making us nice, but in the sense of making us what He made us to be. Your trials refine you, shaping you into the person you were always meant to be, and each hardship is a stepping stone toward fulfilling your purpose. When you feel weak, lean into God's power, for in your vulnerability, His strength is made perfect. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. Remember that your voice, your truth, and your mission matter. In a world filled with misinformation and lies, speaking the truth requires great courage. As Jesus said in John 8 verse 32, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Your truth has the power to shine a light in the darkness and expose injustice. Even when standing for truth means facing rejection, know that God is with you, empowering you to speak out. You are a beacon of hope, and through your courage, you will ignite a movement that will inspire others to do the same. Trust that the truth you speak will resonate with those who need to hear it, and together, you will bring lasting change. Moreover, your mission is not meant to be carried out alone. The power of unity is essential to realizing the full potential of God's plan. Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 to 10 tells us, "Two are better than one. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." By surrounding yourself with a community of believers who share your vision for justice, you amplify your impact and create an unbreakable bond of support. Together you will move mountains, advancing God's kingdom and fulfilling the calling placed on your life. As you walk this path, remember that your choices, though they may seem small, will ripple through time, shaping the world for generations to come. Trust that, in God's timing, your legacy will be one of profound impact and lasting transformation. Your legacy is not defined by the recognition or fame you receive, but by the impact you make through the choices you make each day. These choices, though sometimes difficult, are the building blocks of the world you wish to see, a world where justice prevails and all are treated with dignity and respect. Every decision, no matter how small, is a step toward the transformation God has called you to bring. As Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." Trust in the Lord as you make decisions, for each one will echo through eternity, shaping not only your future but the future of those around you. True leadership, as exemplified by Jesus Christ, is not about power or control but about service. In Mark 10 verse 45, we are reminded that for even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give His life as a ransom for many. Your leadership will be defined not by your authority, but by your willingness to serve others. C.S. Lewis wrote in The Weight of Glory, "The church exists for nothing else but to draw men into Christ, to make them little Christs." Your leadership, then, is rooted in humility, empathy, and a commitment to lift others up, not to lord over them. In every decision to serve, whether in quiet moments or in times of greater need, you reflect the heart of Christ, showing the world what true leadership looks like. When you serve with love, you fulfill your divine calling. Your mission to bring justice to the world is not a task for the faint-hearted, but a destiny you were chosen for. Every act of service you perform in His name helps to transform lives and build a world that reflects His justice and love. As 1 Corinthians 16 verse 13 to 14 instructs, "Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. Do everything in love." Let your service be the foundation of your leadership, for through it, you will create a legacy that lasts, one that points others to the love and justice of God. Keep moving forward, for the impact of your choices, guided by divine purpose, will resonate far beyond what you can see.